Good morning. Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Here we are, you superstars. What day is it? Wednesday. Would it be like the 3rd of May? Wednesday, the 3rd, 3rd of June. Okay, you guys. Hi. Nice to see you. I was, lately what's been coming up for me a little bit is, this book that I'm reading, the 24-hour day book, is a couple of things I think happen. One is that it really allows us to see and understand more deeply the course or the path of recovery from the what we consider a hopeless state of mind and body of the alcoholic, of the real alcoholic. And so it does focus on that path. But it also, if we were to spend a whole year going through this book, 24 hours a day book, I think that everybody's comprehension of the disease would be much greater. What comes up for me is that some of the people who are affected the most, who we would traditionally say suffer maybe the most, is the family of the alcoholic. But let's imagine that instead of calling it suffering, we will call it opportunity, because many of us in recovery see that our dis-ease, our spiritual malady that we suffered from became a door to an amazing, fourth dimension of reality, a beautiful way of living. So we look back on our drinking days and our active alcoholism and addiction days and say, wow, thank you. Because without that, we may never have found our relationship with a higher power. We would never maybe have found our way to living a life of service. So I want to acknowledge the families of alcoholics, and also encourage you to pick up the tools as well. Your alcoholic may never get better. I mean, we don't know his path or her path. We don't know. And but there is an opportunity. You're this close to the fire. There's an opportunity for you also to pick up the tools and be skyrocketed, as it says in our book, into the fourth dimension of reality. And that can happen. That's what happens with our 12 steps. So I encourage you to know that I'm also including the family when I speak, and and I speak of us in recovery. Families recover. It's more than a recovery. It's a spiritual awakening. And the symptoms fall away. And, families often full of anger. Families often full of self-pity and why me? It's generational often. A young woman who's brought up in a home where their dad was an alcoholic and a practicing alcoholic will go and marry a practicing alcoholic, so that chain needs to be broken as well. And she may never be an alcoholic, or an addict, but she will find another alcoholic to marry, and maybe marry 2 or 3 of them. Yes, and be awfully upset with herself, or him. It may be a man as well that marries the alcoholic woman, but be upset with herself for how could she have, fallen again for another alcoholic. We're attractive characters, eh? So, recovery, you know, many of us in recovery would love to find a healthy, mature, recovered partner, and be, because many people aren't willing to do the work to move to this new way of living. It's becomes more difficult for somebody to find somebody like that. So just recognize, though, that there is a program called Al-Anon for the families, and it works with the same steps. So I encourage you to look at that. And yeah, so it's a message to the family. And everything that I read from this book every day, I'm thinking of you as well. Okay? Okay, here we go. June the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Is it 3rd? Okay. June the 3rd. I never know what day it is. There's no time in the 4th dimension. And the 5th. The 5th. Okay, June 3rd. AA thought for the day. Here we go. He's been talking in the last couple of days about the things he doesn't miss, and in recovery, you know, now that he's not drinking. In this book he shares, and he wrote this in 1954. Now that he's not drinking, he talks about the things he doesn't miss. And yesterday he was remembering how, when in his drinking days, he would wake up and wonder where the car was and how he got home, and run to look and to see if the car was in the garage or in the front yard, you know, or on the front drive. I remember doing that. I remember doing that with my motorcycle. When you ride home on your motorcycle, you don't remember riding home on your motorcycle. It's a serious offense. But I remember doing that, and we laugh about those things in AA after recovery. Not that we're proud of them, just that they were like, oh my God, you know, how crazy was that? So here's a few more things that he doesn't miss. Some of the things I do not miss since stopping drinking or using. Running all over town to find a bar open to get that pickup. He doesn't miss running all over town to find a bar open to get that pickup. Meeting my friends and trying to cover up that I feel lousy. Looking at myself in a mirror and calling myself a damn fool. He doesn't missing that. Struggling with myself to snap out of it for 2 or 3 days. Struggling with myself to snap out of it for 2 or 3 days. Wondering what it's all about. I'm positive I don't miss these things. I'm positive I don't miss these things. Am I not? Nice, you know, for us in recovery to be reminded what it was like. And when we were in the throes of it, what it was like. And that's what that reading was about. So that was the thought for the day, June the 3rd. Here's the meditation for the day. Hey, Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bauman. Meditation today. Love is the power that transforms your life. Try to love your family and your friends, and then to try to love everybody that you possibly can, even, and he calls it, even the sinners and politicians. Or actually, it's not politicians, publicans. This is written in 54, so the language is older. What's a publican? You guys know what a publican is? We'll have to Google. Siri will tell me later. Anyway, we're going to love everybody. We're going to love everybody. I remember, I think it's important, you know, to just imagine that we love everybody. And it's nice that this reading, I just, you know, talked about the family. It's nice that this reading includes the family. Love is the power that transforms your life. God is love. Try to love your family and your friends, and then try to love everybody that you possibly can, even the sinners and publicans. Everybody. Love for God is an even greater thing. Love for God. Love for God. Hey, Greg. Hey, gig buddy. Love for God is even a greater thing. It is a result of gratitude to God. It is the acknowledgement of the blessing that God has sent you. Love for God acknowledges his gifts and leaves the way open for God to shower yet more blessings on your thankful heart. Say thank you, God, until it becomes a habit. Wow. Wow. So I'm reading from this little 24-hour-a-day book. I've been reading since the 1st of May, and the idea is to just share this thought for the day, the meditation for the day, and a prayer for the day with folks. And nice of you to drop in. And this little thought for the day book is geared towards recovery in the 12 steps, and it's was written in 1954. I dug it out of a shelf the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, or 1st of May, and thought, wow, why not share this message? So here we go. That was the thought for the day, the meditation for the day, and now the prayer for the day. I pray that I might try to love God and all men. I pray that I may try to love God and all men. I pray that I may continually thank God for all his blessings. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That has often been my mantra. Just a straight thank you. My prayers are very simple. One is thank you, the other one is help me. Another one is guide me. So I recognized some time ago that I cannot manage my life, and that I need to be aware that there is a power in the universe, and that when I turn my will and my life over to that power in the universe, life becomes a flow, and I'm in that flow. So thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Remember the thought, or what I chatted about earlier is about the families of addicts and alcoholics. This program, these 12 steps, can be used for your recovery, for your awakening, for your spiritual experience. So I encourage you to have a look at them and use your situation. If you have an addict in your life who's helping you to awaken, don't miss the opportunity to just do that. Awaken. Okay, you guys, love you. Love you, love you, love you. And see you tomorrow morning. Okay. Cheers.